Hello and thank you for coming to my channel, Compass Starlight. This is going to be a reading for the week ahead, including this weekend preceding the week ahead. So let's see what kind of energies we're going to face as a collective. What kind of energies does Spirit want to show us? Aries energy is coming in strong. First card out is the Emperor. Aries energy is coming in strong. Interesting. Aries energy. The strength of the Emperor. Stable, committed, sitting on his throne. The ruler of the empire. Also have the Seven of Swords in reverse here. Seven of Swords in reverse. Ooh, so where somebody may have been making away with something or some information, we may be finding that something is given back to us. He's doing something behind the scenes. Now we are seeing it, perhaps. Seeing the truth or seeing the reality of someone's actions, seeing how it plays out into your life. Something, it's like it's on the table. Something may have been hidden before. There we go, another one. The third card out. The Four of Cups. Here we go. Well, this is a card about taking some time to consider what you have experienced before you receive the fourth cup, before you consider receiving the fourth cup. Are you open to it? At this point in time, no. That doesn't mean you have to turn your gaze upward in order to face it. Sometimes we need opportunity for reflection on the things that have filled these three previous cups. This could say, for example, that the cups in the bottom here were accomplishments that you hold like trophies, and being that they are sort of a point of reflection, a past energy, you may be considering what your next goal for achievement is going to be. The Emperor has all of the strength and power, reserve, discipline that he would need as an archetype to move forward in a new direction. We have Death in reverse. Death in reverse. Death in reverse as opposed to death upright. I mean, really, we're looking at death of something to step into a new beginning. Now we can step into the new beginning. It's very surface value. I guess that's how I'm taking it. It's like a pathway is being cleared to take the next step on the path. New beginning, new information showing up. Two more cards, please. The Emperor, because he sits on his throne, he doesn't necessarily need to move and get up off of his throne. So it may be that you're spending time reflecting and planning, allowing new information to come to you, and allowing new opportunities to expose themselves to you. Okay, I ended up with three more cards. We have the Knight of Pentacles, a new seed, a new idea coming in. We have the Eight of Pentacles, working hard, refining skills. Now, sometimes the skills that we can be refining do not take physical labor. Sometimes it is thought and clarity, processing information. And then finally, we have the Seven of Wands, which is defending your position. Okay. The clear overall message for me with these cards is that you can be seated on your throne, secure with power, knowing yourself. I'm going to have to pause this for a moment. So sorry for the interruption. Where was I? I was talking about the overall message. The Emperor is stable, seated on his throne. You may find yourself in this position where you are calculating. It's kind of a combination I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Four of Cups. Calculating, reflecting what worked for you in the past in your endeavors, and what maybe did you need to learn? What have you learned on your journey? Planning and calculating a new beginning. Just death to one cycle, a new beginning, the seed, slowly figuring it out. What are the next steps? What do you need to do? Working toward that end. How are you going to begin? What's the first step? Where do you need to refine your plan? And then defending that plan against anyone outside of you. Trusting yourself and your intuition. Defending that plan or that idea, this creation, this inspiration. Defending it from anyone on the outside because you don't want them to sway you off your path. Maybe not even disclosing your plan or information. Because sometimes when we tell people what we're going to do, what we're excited about, they don't understand. And just that lack of understanding is like an immediate shutdown on that energy. And this Emperor, associated with the Aries energy, has a lot of initiative, a lot of motivation. He takes action, he can carry out a plan, but sometimes that plan can be carried out from his seat on the throne. And now I'm going to take a card from the Mantegna Tarot, which I shuffled earlier. We have the card Rhetoric. My glasses are elsewhere, my reading glasses. So we have card number 23. Card number 23, discussion, sincere dialogue, reveals a shared truth. Very interesting. Defending your point, defending your idea. Perhaps you have a certain individual with whom you can share your ideas, like a sounding board, to reflect on that which has worked in the past. Maybe it's a business partner. If it's in a romantic relationship, this would be exposing your feelings and how you expect to take things forward. This protagonist has the Sword of Truth there, and the red fiery cape. I believe that is symbolic of sacral energy, passion. This is where we can share the truth of our intentions, of our inspirations, and where we find out if those with whom we share those more intimate details of the mind, if they are on the same page as we are. Sometimes we can be afraid to discuss feelings or ideas with people because we don't want them to counter us, to put up a roadblock to our path, to our ambition. But one thing that's helpful is, especially in romantic relationships, so use that as an example. In a romantic relationship with your intentions and you want to date someone, for example, and the other person isn't interested, well, it's better to know that ahead of time. Or maybe one person wants to have children and the other person does not, and that could be sort of a state of impasse. And wouldn't you rather know that at the beginning of a relationship than years into the relationship, that your partner isn't on the same page as you, or Same thing goes for the idea of getting married. Maybe one person wants to get married and the other person really doesn't want to go through the legalities of that title. So here we can see how discussion can benefit a person. If you have a plan and you want to take it forward, you have to consider carefully who the people with whom you can make an alliance. And so if you're going to make an alliance with someone, you're still going to have to defend your stance on where, when, and why you want to do things the way that you want to do things. Where, when, why, and how you're carrying out this plan, because there's a reason behind it and you've thought it through. The Emperor has spent some time thinking things through, planning, reflecting, and working, working out the details. So I think that this week and the week ahead, this weekend and the week ahead, we can expect to have some ideas milling about in our minds, maybe some discussions with people to bounce ideas back and forth to help define a plan further, and also to figure out how other people are going to figure into that relationship the advancement of your dreams and ideas. But so that was a wrong card. But also, yes, actually, discussion where you have to defend the ideas behind which you stand. That's the reading for the next week ahead. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight.